It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Mr. JP Sebastian continues on a very Hemsworthy day. I'm sorry, I've got a mouthful of burger still. We made the most delicious burgers.
Is that code for something? Is that because I'm a bit older than you? Is that what you're calling it these days?
Awesome. That was honestly one of the nicest burgers I've ever bitten into.
You have to tell me about it at some point. Maybe not now, but...
Dude, right now we're going to sink our teeth into more Chris Hemsworth. I have a feeling it's going to turn you around. I want you to take me through a filmology.
Yeah, sure. That's the word.
Is that a word?
You got a mouthful of
word?
burger. You could have said anything at that point. I mean, someone confused Daniel Kaluuya for the Leslie Ozam Jr.
We've watched him grow. We've watched him grow from like a small-time soapy actor in Australia to becoming we've established one of the
Jack to Swole. You were talking about his roles.
Yeah, we've watched him grow and shrink and grow and shrink physically.
We celebrated him yesterday with a public holiday. No doubt that was about him, I'm sure, too. Let's talk about the movies that he's got forthcoming aside from Thor, Love and Thunder, however. And so he's no stranger to, like, espionage type things. Special forces, spec ops, dark ops.
You can do that stuff, man, yeah.
And so we see a return to a sequel for Extraction.
Oh, cool, okay.
Which came out, that was last year, October. And immediately, that's obviously a good sign, probably. Yeah. It gets a follow-up in Extraction 2, which is dated for the end of this year at this point. What's really cool there is that we've seen him as a golden boy a lot of the time. Maybe, a lout. He's a bit of a, I won't clean up my room, mom, type character in Thor. But the characters, it seems like he's taking something on a lot more ambitious. By the way, those are shots from 12 Strong, and that's Black Hat, which is in that similar vein of what we're talking about here, the dark ops and all that kind of thing. Shame, Michael Mann's movie should have been a lot better because he's such a good director, but Chris Hemsworth did what he could. Nevertheless, Extraction 2 is a return to more of an ambiguous character. It's not clear that he's good.
He's a bit of a broken...
He's a merc.
He's a bit of a broken soul as well.
And so maybe
he's gone through
maybe that's an interesting direction for this guy to go to, especially if you don't want to get typecast as just superhero guy. Good for him to try and spread his wings.
Because I think as an actor, he's got the chops to do it. I think he could make
the karate chops too, no doubt.
The fight scenes in Extraction were insane.
There was apparently a 12-minute one shot
it was amazing.
that went from car to knife to gun.
And I think he had a lot to do with the creative process of that, which is pretty cool. But yeah, him at his best as an action star, undoubtedly.
It only promises a bright future. And in fact, it's Joe Russo who wrote this. This is the guy who, with Anthony Russo, the Russo brothers of Avengers, has promised that it seems like Chris Hemsworth's entering into his own sort of like Bourne a story arc. So maybe that's good for him too. Next up, it seems like our director would like to talk about Furiosa. Super psyched, you can see, for obvious reasons, JP. Whoopsie. Sorry, sound gentleman, whose mic I just touched vigorously, aggressively, furiously.
So how does this fit into the universe?
So it's not clear entirely what Chris Hemsworth is going to be doing. Obviously, he's not going to be Max. That was Tom Hardy. But this is a prequel to the Charlize Theron's character, Furiosa. Going to be played by Anya Taylor-Joy. It's going to be great to see these two actors playing off each other, Chris Hemsworth and Anya Taylor-Joy. The chess TV series, I don't watch TV, so you know what I'm talking about.
What you mean, yeah.
But also The Witch. Cool. She's such a good actress.
She's phenomenal.
Emma,
brilliant,
and so that will be her prequel that she's going to be taking charge of. You just saw some photos there of him with George Miller, who's the director and creator and the genius.
The genius,
behind Mad Max. Chris Hemsworth said he grew up on these. It's the reason he got into filmmaking. And so it's such a great honor and totally scary, in fact, for him to fill Mel Gibson's shoes, Tom Hardy's shoes.
Oh, for sure.
And to be under the yoke of George Miller. Super excited he is about that.
Yeah, one of the greatest.
No date for that just yet. But Chris Hemsworth is also not a stranger to sports biopics. Rush was very good.
Was very, very good.
I was surprised, because Ron Howard can be a bit cheesy, and Chris Hemsworth, I thought maybe he's just a muscle boy, maybe he's just a meathead at this point in his career, but put in the work.
He's got the chops.
James Hunt, I think he was playing, the famous race car driver. But next sports biopic that he's going to be involving himself in is playing Hulk Hogan, directed by, oh nuts, his name has escaped me, the guy who directed Joker. Todd Phillips, that's right. And so I wonder what the story is going to be like, because it's obviously not going to be like, touchy-feely necessarily, because Hulk Hogan is What a weirdo, look at them.
Yeah. I'm just remembering him from Rocky as well, and how crazy he was in that.
He's had a series of ups and downs, most recently a series of N-words, which we'd rather forget.
Yeah, exactly.
So hopefully it's not super forgiving or anything like that. Chris Hemsworth will probably do a very interesting character, because you want to break out of just doing the pretty face thing.
Yeah.
And if we've seen things like The Wrestler in the past, we've seen Christian Bale do The Boxer, I think it was called, if I remember correctly, Foxcatcher, then these sports movies are definitely taking this turn to the more cerebral kind of thing. Hopefully the Hulk Hogan movie isn't just like, hey, if you're a Hulkamaniac, you'll love this. Hopefully it's also interesting. And,
it shows the grit behind
complexity.
Wrestling, man. And thank you brought us a
Quiz and a Quokka.
A Quokka. Thank you,
which
man.
is a fascinating animal.
That's that.
Tomorrow on Expresso is International Quokka Day. Every segment will be devoted to quokkas, I promise you.
It's the world in union. Awesome stuff, JP Sebastian. You never disappoint. Great chat, great
No
news.
pressure.
It's a Hemsworthy day, so we better get your
point at you
bodies
too. I can
in
do that
shape
too.
as well.